Writing Research. Chapter 1, Introduction to Writing. Its history. Everybody is well aware that writing is a very common method to express a message, a thought, or an idea you'd like to tell. The earliest form of writing was discovered 5,500 years ago, a created set of separate complex shapes that depicted the sounds of Sumerian, which was the Sumer language of the late Mesopotamia that struck the ancient times. Writing. Writing is a cognitive activity involving neuropsychological and physical processes and the use of writing systems to structure and translate human thoughts into persistent representations of human language. A system of writing relies on many of the same semantic structures as the language it represents, such as lexicon and syntax, with the added dependency of a system of symbols representing that language's phonology and morphology. Its motivations. As human societies emerged, collective motivations for the development of writing were driven by pragmatic exigencies like keeping track of produce and other wealth, recording history, maintaining culture, codifying knowledge through curricula and lists of texts deemed to contain foundational knowledge or to be artistically exceptional, organizing and governing societies through the formation of legal systems, census records, contracts, deeds of ownership, taxation, trade agreements, treaties, and so on. Contemporary uses of writing. Some professions are typically associated with writing, such as literary authors, journalists, and technical writers, but writing is pervasive in most modern forms of work, civic participation, household management, and leisure activities. Chapter 2, Methods of Writing. Methods of Writing. Narrative, descriptive, persuasive, and expository. Narrative. Narratives can be presented through a sequence of written or spoken words, through still or moving images, or through any combination of these. The word derives from the Latin verb narrare, to tell, which is derived from the adjective narus, knowing or skilled. Descriptive. Descriptive writing is characterized by sensory details which appeal to the physical senses and details that appeal to a reader's emotional, physical, or intellectual sensibilities. Persuasive. When persuasion is put into the context of delivering it into an essay, it determines that a persuasive essay pertains to an essay which is aimed to convince or persuade your audience to agree with an idea through a base of claims, rebuttal, and evidence. This is often used for propaganda, to promote, and sometimes to make a controversial stir. Expository. Exposition is the insertion of background information within a story or narrative. This information can be about the setting, characters' backstories, prior plot events, historical context, and etc. In literature, exposition appears in the form of expository writing embedded within the narrative. Exposition is one of the four rhetorical modes, along with description, persuasion, and narration. Chapter 2.1, Methods of Writing. Methodological approach. The methodological approach this writing is intended to convey were the methods of writing. The approach was explaining it to make the audience understand how you can voice your writing through different genres with also different intentions. Analysis method. The method I used to deliver my research was through organized dispersion and descriptive analysis, quite popular methods in research. Justification of expressed methods. By using the methods mentioned, this research will be able to expand and polish your knowledge. Chapter 2.2, Methodological Survey. Chapter 3, Reflective Discussion. So basically, as you could see, the whole research evolved around the fantastic wonders of writing, its history, its methods, and the people's skills and coherence on it. Shouldn't we wonder what the world would be without writing? How could we communicate better without writing? Like how your favorite novels wouldn't exist without writing. You can't send your pen pal a letter without the method of writing. We wouldn't know the history of countries in which their leaving of language engraved to rocks and scrolls if the language of writing wouldn't exist. However, the global population of poverty nowadays is known to be more or less unskilled when it comes to writing. Reading, maybe a little, but writing seems to be a more challenging skill to acquire every now and then. So now that's why it's important. As you read, it is a privilege to read or write, as not everyone has the resources or the skills to be able to do that. The point of this research is to give you knowledge and help you be aware that writing has a lot of history that isn't worth just batting an eye, but your whole awareness. Chapter 3.1 Reflective Questionnaires for the Reader. What did I learn from this research that I did not know before? What links or lessons from this research can I conjugate my experience with writing? How can I use the knowledge I have gained from this research in the future? Did you find this research helpful in some way? Was the research easy or difficult to understand? Were you able to digest this potentially complex research? Chapter 4 Final Discussion. Significance. Why is writing important? It's the fuel that drives communication, and communication serves as framework for society. Clear communication and hence good writing is critical because it facilitates co-worker collaborations, business transactions, and interpersonal interactions. Significance of writing for careers. There are certain careers in which solid writing skills are basically essential, such as journalism, copywriting, and technical writing. Yet even if you do not intend on becoming a professional writer, you'll still need to know how to communicate clearly and effectively. The ability to communicate is vital whether you plan on becoming a nurse, cybersecurity expert, public servant, police officer, or any other type of worker. Chapter 5 Recommendation and Sources. Grand Canyon University, Close Friends for the Survey, Wikipedia, National Geographic, University of Hull, Edutopia, Merriam-Webster Dictionary, library books, professors from prestigious schools, and some references. Chapter 6 Author's Biography. Ellesse Fajardo's creation behind this research is that she had intended for people to be vigilant about the wonders of writing, and that wasn't just a mere method of communication, but so much more than that. She had published this to help you digest sufficient information for your life. She might be one of the most youngest researchers of the Philippines, but she was capable and has been surveying people about writing in her younger years with the help of close professors that help her achieve her dreams of becoming a journalist. When she was young, she would spend her time at the library to read things about literature that would help contribute with her research, and people adored her determination, in which case they led her life into a successful journalist despite her young age. Thou small time on earth yet shan't hinder your dreams. Thy failed dreams shall haunt and scare you in your older days. Sincerely yours, Ellesse Fajardo.